think today I'll take the back way home. Just to give you a treat of a different scenery, sort of. Turning left, turning left. So this is the 18th, I think, of November 2015. This is Mike Cayley 7. Navy Thomas 8 asked me to answer a question. So here you go. As you may or may not know, I'm a college professor. It feels almost embarrassing to say that. I'm a college professor. Yeah. I teach English at a community college. And technically, I'm a professor. I have a title and everything. Associate professor. Anyway. So Navy Thomas 8 says, what is it with these colleges where these people are, you know, all up in arms about perceived racism and institutional racism and all this stuff, all this mumbo jumbo and making people resign and the whole Black Lives Matter thing. And I'll tell you what, it's, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, it's the same type of crap as what happened when I was in college many moons ago. I'll give you an example. There's this group of young ladies, rich, privileged, going to college on the daddy or mommy's dime, and they were all up in arms about feminism. We called them feminazis. And this girl, she had a t-shirt on from their little club. It was called the Women's Network. And it wasn't spelled women like M-E-N, because they're so mad that the word for man or men was in the name of their gender. They were mad about that discrimination. So they changed the spelling from an E to a Y to protest sexism. And they were very vocal and wanted to protest all kinds of things. Like, you can't say, like, each student should do his homework. No, you have to say each student should do his or her homework, or better yet, her homework only. That kind of mentality. There was another time at my college when I was going to school. There was a rumor around that this one girl had crabs. And suddenly everybody in the dormitory, all the girls in the dormitory, freaked out and said that they had crabs too. Because this girl sat on a toilet and they all got crabs from sitting on the same toilet. And there had to be meetings about it and therapy sessions and shit. I mean, it was frigging ridiculous. Turns out the girl never even had crabs. But, oh, was she a pariah? Oh, it didn't matter she didn't have crabs. Just the accusation of having crabs was enough that nobody wanted to be friends with her, or room with her. Stupid. Or that whole date rape thing, which obviously, you know, rape is not good. Date rape is not good, obviously. But the way colleges freak out about it, all the girl has to do is make an accusation, and then that kid is a pariah. He's expelled from school. He's not refunded any of his money. He's a social outcast simply because of an accusation that is unsubstantiated by fact in many cases. I mean, if it turns out the dude's convicted of rape based on evidence in a jury trial and all that, fine, pariah. But just some girl, he raped me. There was this girl at Duke University, or was it UNC? She said that the lacrosse team raped her. Turns out she was just nuts, and nobody raped her. But while that whole thing was going on, those lacrosse guys were, you know, puddles of shit in the eyes of everybody else. And it turns out they didn't do anything wrong. That lady, by the way, several years later, went on to murder her boyfriend, her ex-husband. She's on trial for murder right now. So that's where this is coming from. This is the same kind of mentality. You got these privileged Americans screaming about nothing because somebody wrote a swastika in feces on a wall, allegedly, or somebody yelled a racist remark out of a passing pickup truck, allegedly. And so now we have to have this dean, you know, get fired, retire, whatever, ousted. I was walking home one day from teaching. I was wearing my khaki pants, which is like this. That was the standard garb of the ESL teacher. And as I was walking home from the bus stop, this car went by, and this black lady yells out, "Yo, white boy, you need to buy yourself an ass." And so I just shook my head, and I said to myself, "Racism, man, racism." That's all I said. Did I form a protest? Did I call the police? No. Stupid people do stupid things. You don't have to compound the stupidity by getting all up in arms and having protest marches. It's the fad of the moment. And the worst part is, when the Paris attacks happened, a lot of these idiots were on record as saying stuff like, "Oh, that's white people problems. We don't care about the white people problems." Or we're mad that the Paris attacks have stolen our thunder. You know, we're victims of terrorism too. Really? You're going to equate somebody smearing pieces of poo on your wall in the shape of a swastika, and you're going to equate that with bombs exploding and machine guns shooting at innocent people? Ridiculous. It just goes to show you how out of touch people are. And of course, the stereotype is that everybody who's in college is a liberal, a bleeding heart socialist, communist liberal who, you know, wants to abort every baby and take away every gun and make everyone an atheist. And you will find that at colleges, but you will also find conservatives. As a matter of fact, the majority of the people that I know at the college where I teach are conservatives, Republicans. So be careful. Just because a person's a college professor doesn't mean they're automatically a liberal. And it doesn't mean they think they're smarter than anybody else either. At least not where I work. I know that there are collegiate snobs. I've met them, I've seen them, I've worked with some of them. But I'm not one of them. So yeah, I think it's ridiculous, Tom. This whole hullabaloo about nothing. Of course, I haven't read into it. I haven't really researched a whole lot of it. So there could be some legitimate concerns. I don't know. I really have no idea about that. But from what I did hear about that feces thing and the racist comment, you know, made by somebody passing by in a vehicle, those things don't seem to rise to the level of, hey, this guy needs to resign. All right. So this whole Paris attack thing, I'm with the people who say keep the refugees out. And I feel bad for them, but you know what? You can't vet them. There's no way you can vet them enough. Sorry, folks. It's a horrible situation, but there was a thing I saw on Facebook that I liked. It was somebody says, look, here are 10,000 M&Ms. And 10 of them will kill you instantly. Are you going to grab a handful? No. Same kind of thing. Only if we have 10 bad guys in 10,000 refugees, they could do a lot more than kill 10 people. So no, I say leave them out. There's another thing about the religion of Islam is it's not a violent religion. It's just a religion, this guy says. It's not a violent religion, it's just a religion. And although I can understand how somebody would say that, I beg to differ, and I'll tell you why. There are Buddhists killing people, yes. There are Christians killing people, yes. There are Hindus committing atrocities, yes. But not to the degree, not to the extent, not in the great numbers that are happening with Islamic people. I don't think it's a religion necessarily. I think it's the mentality of the people who are reading these texts. You don't see a whole lot of Christians blowing themselves up, killing hundreds of people, flying planes into buildings. You see Muslims doing it. They might be twisting the religion, but they're twisting something. They're twisting Islam. They're not twisting Christianity, Judaism. Something has got to be done about that kind of mentality, and I don't know what it is. I have Islamic students, and I've got no problem with them. But I think they need to face it more, and then they have a couple of them, you know, they have online, they'll go, not in my name, which I think is very applaudable, you know, yay, good, do more of that. But not enough is being done to challenge people in their crazy delusions of, I have to do jihad. It just doesn't, there's not enough going on the part of the regular Muslims to stop the crazies. They really need to do more. It's bad, all around bad. So there's my little twisty road. That was for Electra Willem, if you're still watching. He said, man, you got boring roads there. I'm like, well, this road right back here, this was a bit twisty, so hopefully that'll satiate the desire for twisty road. It's my favorite little loop. As I come out by the redneck bar that's closed down. There's nobody, huh? Wow, good. Am I even recording still? I think so. Yep. Man, it's been a busy semester. Advising and dealing with student issues, and we have a new placement test that we have to pilot. There's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm sorry for not being more present on the YouTubes lately in the community. My apologies, but, you know, busy, busy, busy. Ooh, big truck, big truck. This is where that deer hit me. Son of a bitchin' deer! In my car last year. Ooh, I can do a biker wave. Hey, what's up? Oh, goodness. What else is going on for me as I'm riding along here? I'm growing a beard. I'm letting my hair grow long for No Shave November. I donated 10 bucks. And now I'm not shaving to promote awareness of male cancers, getting people to try to contribute money to the fight to eradicate prostate and colon cancer, that kind of stuff. Come on now. Wakey, wakey. You wheelchair mother... Anyway. What else? What else? What else? I don't know. I'm doing all right. I stopped taking my pain medicine, trying to get off that pill. I've been feeling kind of crappy ever since. Lyrica. I'm trying to see if my leg is all right enough for me to just walk around on it. So far, so good. Let's see, I think I'm gonna take the back way. All right, for the remainder of this trip, it's just gonna be boring, twisty turns through my neighborhood. So I will bid you a fond farewell, hoping you're doing all right. We've got a couple more videos coming up that I already made that are boring as hell. One is just of riding, and the other one I can't remember what it's about, but anyway. You'll see soon. Take care, ride safe, talk to you later.